Stop scrolling. Here's what you need to know about CFPB's lawsuit against Experian. Let's break it down. The CFPB claims Experian misled customers with credit reports. Experian's facing hefty fines and needs to change their practices. Stay tuned as Money Smart Basics dive deep into this topic. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has filed a big lawsuit against Experian. Experian is one of the three major credit bureaus. The CFPB says Experian messed up. They didn't investigate consumer complaints properly. This could have hurt people's credit scores. The CFPB says Experian broke the law. Now they want Experian to pay up. This lawsuit is part of a bigger trend. The CFPB is going after companies that mistreat consumers. They've already targeted banks and lenders. This shows the CFPB is serious about protecting your rights. The outcome of this case could have a huge impact. It could change how credit bureaus operate. Experian says the CFPB is wrong. They claim they followed the rules. They plan to fight the lawsuit in court. This legal battle could take years to resolve. It's a classic David versus Goliath story, a government agency taking on a powerful corporation. This lawsuit has huge implications for everyone with a credit score. It raises questions about fairness and accuracy in credit reporting. It also highlights the power of these agencies. Stay tuned as we break down the details of this important case. Credit bureaus are like the silent guardians of your financial life. They hold immense power. They track your every financial move. Late payments, loans, it's all there in your credit report. This information determines your credit score. A good score is crucial. It affects your ability to get loans, rent an apartment, even land a job. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are the big three. They collect data from banks, lenders, and other sources. They then sell this data to businesses. These businesses use it to make decisions about you. The problem is, these reports aren't always accurate. Mistakes happen. And when they do, it can be a nightmare to fix. The CFPB lawsuit alleges that Experian made the problem worse. Instead of fixing errors, they allegedly ignored them. This lawsuit is a wake-up call. It highlights the need for more transparency and accountability in credit reporting. Your credit score is your financial reputation. It's time for credit bureaus to be held responsible for protecting it. This lawsuit could be a step in the right direction. The CFPB says Experian dropped the ball. They didn't properly investigate consumer disputes. Imagine this. You find an error on your credit report. You file a dispute with Experian, but instead of investigating, they allegedly give you the runaround. The CFPB says this happened to countless consumers. The law requires credit bureaus to investigate disputes thoroughly. They're supposed to contact the source of the information. They need to verify if the information is accurate. The CFPB says Experian took shortcuts. They allegedly rubber-stamped responses from creditors. They didn't bother to check if they were true. This is a big no-no. The CFPB also alleges that Experian resurrected old debts. Imagine this. You paid off a debt years ago, it should be gone from your credit report, but suddenly it reappears. This can tank your credit score. The CFPB says Experian allowed this to happen. They didn't follow proper procedures. These alleged practices are unacceptable. They violate the law, and they can have devastating consequences for consumers. Imagine this. You're denied a loan for your dream home. Why? Because of an error on your credit report, an error that Experian failed to fix. This isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's a reality for many Americans. A bad credit score can haunt you for years. It can limit your access to credit cards, apartments, and even jobs. The CFPB lawsuit highlights the real-life consequences of Experian's alleged failures. These failures can have a ripple effect on your life. Imagine being denied a job because of a mistake you didn't make, or being stuck with a sky-high interest rate on a car loan. It's not right. The CFPB wants to hold Experian accountable for the harm they've allegedly caused. They're seeking compensation for affected consumers. They also want to prevent Experian from repeating these mistakes in the future. This lawsuit is a reminder that credit bureaus wield enormous power. It's time to shine a light on their practices. Consumers deserve fair and accurate credit reporting. Section 5. Fighting back Experian's defense strategy. Experian isn't taking this lying down. They're gearing up for a legal battle. They've hired a team of high-powered lawyers. They're ready to defend their reputation. Experian claims they did nothing wrong. They say they followed all the rules and regulations. They accuse the CFPB of overreaching. Experian argues that the CFPB is misinterpreting the law. They say they've always taken consumer complaints seriously. They claim to have robust procedures in place to investigate disputes. They point to their track record of resolving consumer issues. Experian is portraying itself as a victim of government overreach. They're painting the CFPB as a rogue agency. They're trying to win over public opinion, but the CFPB isn't backing down. They're confident in their case. They say they have strong evidence against Experian. This legal battle could drag on for years. It's a classic case of he said, she said. It will be up to the courts to decide who's right and who's wrong. The stakes are high for both sides. Section 6. A divided landscape support and opposition to the lawsuit. The CFPB lawsuit against Experian has sparked a heated debate. Consumer advocacy groups applaud the move. They say it's time to hold credit bureaus accountable. Industry groups cry foul, claiming overreach. They argue the lawsuit is unnecessary and burdensome. The lawsuit exposes fault lines in the consumer protection debate. Section 7. The CFPB under fire, a political tug-of-war. The CFPB has always been a lightning rod for controversy. Created after the 2008 financial crisis, its mission is to protect consumers. Critics argue it has too much power and stifles business. They've tried to weaken or abolish the agency. The Trump administration appointed Mick Mulvaney, a vocal critic. He rolled back regulations, angering consumer advocates. The Biden administration appointed Rohit Chopra, a progressive. Chopra has pledged to enforce consumer protection laws. The CFPB's future depends on the political climate in Washington. The battle over the CFPB reflects the larger fight over government's role. Section 8. A landmark victory. The Supreme Court upholds the CFPB. In a major victory for the CFPB, the Supreme Court upheld the agency's funding structure. This was a huge relief for consumer advocates. They had feared that the court would rule against the CFPB, potentially crippling the agency. The case centered around how the CFPB receives its funding. Unlike most federal agencies, the CFPB doesn't rely on annual appropriations from Congress. Instead, it gets its funding directly from the Federal Reserve. This structure was designed to shield the CFPB from political interference. But some argued that it violated the Constitution. They claimed that Congress has the sole power of the purse. The Supreme Court disagreed. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled that the CFPB's funding mechanism is constitutional. This was a major victory for the CFPB and for consumer protection. The ruling ensures that the CFPB can continue to operate independently. This landmark decision will have far-reaching consequences. It strengthens the CFPB's hand as it seeks to regulate the financial industry. It also sets a precedent for other independent agencies that receive funding outside of the congressional appropriations process. Section 9. What's next? The future of credit reporting and consumer protection. The CFPB's lawsuit against Experian is still ongoing. It could take years to resolve, but regardless of the outcome, the case has already had a significant impact. It has shone a light on the often opaque world of credit reporting. The lawsuit could lead to changes in how credit bureaus operate. It could force them to be more transparent and accountable. The CFPB is serious about cracking down on unfair practices. The future of consumer protection depends on many factors. Consumers need to stay informed and hold officials accountable. The fight for consumer protection is never truly over, but it's a battle worth fighting. The financial well-being of millions of Americans is at stake. Stay tuned for more Money Smart Basics update on this and other financial topics that affect you and your family. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. With that, you are ahead of 90% of most people in America. Here is the bonus tip that we promised. You need to hear this if you use credit cards. It's lawsuit time. The lawsuit shakes up credit reports. Your credit score accuracy just got real important. Stay informed and protect your score. Follow for updates. The information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only, and is not intended as financial advice. We are not financial advisors, and the content should not be construed as professional financial advice. Always seek the advice of a qualified financial advisor or other professional regarding your specific financial situation. The use of any information provided in this video is solely at your own risk. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment for more Money Smart Basics videos.